And we're going to end very feel good this morning simply because we're going to learn all about the goodness that one community is doing, that one community is experiencing, and kind of like, one of the, the communities that should kind of lead the way for others if, others are having problems. I'm sure that this is going to be an inspiration to other communities as well. I'm talking about the Belmont community, the efforts that are being taken place there in the Gonzales area. So let me welcome this morning from the community and from the committee as well, Anne-Marie Noel Samaroo. Good morning to you.
Morning to you.
Good to have you with.
It's a pleasure being here.
And she's so bright and chirpy this Friday morning, so it's a pleasure having you as well.
Thank you so much.
And Mackail-Ann, good morning to you.
Morning.
And she looks like a youngster.
She is.
A youngster from the community, and it looks
Yes.
like a budding, good, determined young citizen from the community. But tell us what's happening in the area.
Well, Gonzales is a beautiful community. Despite the negatives, we have more positive than negatives.
Always.
And we try to maintain that peace and that unity in our community. We have many groups, but at the end of the day, we unite because we know with unity, there's strength.
Exactly.
So we forge ahead. Many things have been happening, and as we have our youth here, we try to promote the youth to really continue off from where the elderly will leave off someday.
Okay. Tell me some of the lessons that you've learned, Mackail-Ann, from, as you said, the elderly and, their teaching, trying to guide and mold the youth in the area.
Well, I also attend church in the Gonzales community, and what they try to teach us is about togetherness. So far from what everybody believes, that Gonzales is this big bad area and it's not safe and whatever, it have a lot of togetherness in it, and we consider each other family. We look out for one another. We have a lot of events that we attend together. We try to do stuff for the elderly. They try to prompt us to do cleanups and give back to the community, and it's just all about giving back.
How do you find, trying to get other young people in your community like yourself to get to do things? Do you find it a difficult task, or do you find it easy? And how do you bring them into the fold, as they say?
I don't find it difficult at all because, the children in Gonzales are like young ones. When you have young children, they don't look at you in any way or stigmatize in any way. So they're free. They come to you. They talk about anything. So we have little ones that look up to the bigger ones, and we try to encourage them to help out at home and to be young leaders. And we have the youth group that I attend in St. Peter's Cathedral. I try to encourage members from not just in the church but outside the community to come. We have events. We have an events committee. We try to go out together, so we don't just encourage them to take part in the events, but we give them back something for being in the group itself.
You're part of a church community and a good foundation. Do you encourage other youth as yourself and even younger to get into the church foundation so that the teachings are there?
Yes, I do. I have parents that don't push you too much because they understand that as a young person, you're not going to want to be into the religion too much, but they also encourage you to participate in whatever little way. So I try to take what I've learned from my parents and push it on to the younger ones. So I'm not going to say, well, you have to be in church every Sunday, but why not come every once in a while and give God praise for the little things you have in your life and the little community that you have pushing you and prompting you to be successful.
And then they don't necessarily need to go every week to church. You can give them those little things in between, talk to them, in between, guide them along.
And that's why I consider the little youth group something prompting them. I mean, it's not strictly religious, but it gives you the same values that you can attain in church.
You have a really good spokeswoman there.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
fantastic.
it will make you proud.
It does.
Yes.
What else is happening in Gonzales?
Well,
There are the youth groups, and
We
you're
have
getting the
the
young people
Shikas, as you know,
involved.
Shikas Panside, that is doing a wonderful job.
Gonzales Shaker.
Yes, you could come and, with the pan side.
Yeah.
We have C&J Happy Feet, which is our ballroom dancing group. They usually celebrate annually Independence pageant, and for the public, they give back to the community with a free brunch. So people from the whole community could come out and have something to eat, drink, and have a wonderful morning into lunchtime.
Wow.
Plus, we have our new Gonzales cultural performers that will be taking part in competitions. And we see this group forging ahead, going out of Trinidad, and it's young people. We have a vision for them, and we have a mission with what we try to accomplish, because the future is in the hands of the young people. So as the elderly, we have to take care of them and try to lead them in the way.
Okay, and you've been doing that.
I am doing it, and I'm trying my best with God's help and strength.
How many people do you have helping you, though? Are the older people in the community?
Well, we have some people, because we are also involved in the village council. We have some members of our council that, you know, help along with us, and go when we go in to go with them to make sure they are safe, make sure everything is on board, bring them back home safe, and be like a mother to them. So we have people helping.
And what's it like with you, you know, how do you feel about your community as it is right now? You hear all these negative things coming out of Gonzales sometimes, and it's like, that's not what we're about. How do you feel when you hear these things? And what do you tell people when you hear these things?
Well, I've never been one to be fazed by the external things of life. So
I like her.
when people say, what are you doing there? They're bad. No, it's not, because we come together and we look out for one another. So I just try to convince them as much as possible that it's not all bad, because anywhere you go is going to have a few bad things. So don't look at us as if there's the only community that's doing anything to endanger you, and it's not really like that. Because we consider Gonzales to be a loophole for so many other environments, because within Gonzales they have roads to lead to Mova, to Laventille, and once you allow people to infiltrate your home, then things are going to happen. So don't look at it as it's Gonzales, because people come from all over the place.
Mackail-Ann, how old are you?
22.
You look so much younger than that. I thought you were still a teenager. Oh my goodness. But you're still a youth. You're still a young person in the area. So, oh goodness gracious. What's upcoming for Gonzales? Do you have any specific activities or anything taking place?
Well, the cultural performers, we planning a free show on the 3rd of June, you know, to encourage the community to come out and see what we have to offer and see the talent that is in Gonzales. Plus, we have the C&J Happy Feet with the August, yes, ballroom dancing with the young ones. Sheikas, as usual, they usually have something for independence also. So we have things on board, plus we have a football side, Gonzales United, you name it, we have it.
Great. Thank you
Gonzales
so
is a beautiful
much.
place.
Beautiful it is. Get a chance to go up there and see the view. As we were talking about just before. You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Anne-Marie, Noel, Samaroo, and Mackail-Ann, Jack, thank you so much for sharing that this morning as we end on